How's it going, everybody? My name is Colton Marvelius, or as the internet calls me, Ill-Fitting Trousers.
And I'm Jablinski Games.
And this is the Weekly Rundown, the only podcast that 9 out of 10 dentists recommend.
Not mine, though.
That was the one.
Says I gotta stop.
There's only 10 dentists in the world, can you believe that? And we got all of them to review our podcast.
That's like one per country. Oh my gosh. Well, not even. That's like one per country, and then one country gets two. Crazy. Ugh.
Yeah. Freaking crazy. That's why America's the greatest country ever. We have 2 dentists.
Amen.
And still
and
way
we
too
still
many
don't
people.
Use them. So, speaking of dentists.
Dentist the Menace.
Coming this fall.
Dentist the Menace. Fuck God. We are already sidetracking so hard on the...
Well, that's the point, right?
That is the point, I guess. But we haven't introduced our topic for the week yet. So I guess it's not too bad.
I thought we were going with the dentist thing.
I do like the dentist in video games. I do like it.
There's a lot. There's more dentists in video games than there are on Earth. There's like 11.
That's true. There's like video games are just so unrealistic.
Are you excited for the new DS release, Dentist Mama?
Dentist Mama.
Yeah. I think it'll sell.
I think it will too, Dentist Mama. No, but today we are talking about controllers. Controllers as in the things that you use for inputs.
Never heard of it.
For your machine. Yeah. Mr. Mouse and Keyboard over here thinks he's a wise guy. We are also including mouse and keyboard, obviously, in this topic. Anything that controls your character in a game, basically, is on the table.
Cool.
Yeah.
What kind of controllers do you like, Colton?
Well,
do you even like them?
I don't. I hate controllers.
Yeah.
No, I have the love of my life controller right here.
Oof.
My
it's a vibrator?
I mean, no.
I mean, I use it that way, but
not me.
Not officially.
No, it's the PS5 DualSense controller.
Wow.
Is freaking awesome. Everything about this controller is so cool. The triggers are adaptive, so they create tension based on what you're doing in the game. So like if I was pulling back a bow in a game, the controller would give more tension to the R2 trigger.
Oh, so it'd feel just like you were actually pulling back a bow with your one finger.
Yeah, like if you were, well, like it gives you the tension, right,
and
of it.
Cuts into your finger just like a bowstring.
Yeah, and I start crying really bad, and my mom's not here because I moved out. And like, like it's just me crying really loud by myself.
I'm here for you.
It's okay, I know.
Yeah, you were telling me about that controller. It sounds freaking awesome, dude.
It really is. There's a lot to it too, and it's not just the DualSense or the adaptive triggers either. It has this why they call it a DualSense instead of a DualShock, like the DualShock 5. It has this thing called haptic feedback. So, like, the best example I've seen so far, or at least the most memorable example for me, is there's a game called Astro's Playroom, Astro's Playroom. No, it's not Playroom. Oh my gosh. What is it called?
Astro's...
Oh, it might be Playroom. I can't remember the name of it. It's the Astrobot, like, game that comes with the PS5.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Playroom.
Yeah, okay, it is Playroom.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. That just sounded wrong at first.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
But the like there's a level where it's like raining in it.
Oh.
And you can feel like almost each individual raindrop hitting your controller.
That is cool.
It is. And he puts like a little umbrella up because he's a robot and he can't get wet, you know. But so a little umbrella pops out of his head. And it feels like it's just lightly tapping on the controller.
Oh, yeah. They should do that with VR headsets.
They kind of are.
Good.
The PlayStation VR 2 is coming out soon, and it's going to have all these things in their controllers for it.
Right on.
Yeah, so I think that will be really cool until you play like a horror game. It's just very scary all the time, and you know, I just want Resident Evil 8 to be in VR when it comes out, so I can see Big Lady in person. Big Lady.
Big lady.
I don't know her name. I've never played the game, but I got her on a G Fuel cup.
Wow, that's so gamer.
Yeah. But yeah, just everything about this controller is fantastic. The
ergonomic.
Yeah, I've had very little trouble with these controllers. But yeah, it's just... Oh, and it uses a Type-C plug-in, which is like what every phone uses now.
Oh, the flippable?
The which... The flippable?
Yeah, you know, like a micro USB, but it's flippable. I guess that's only Android.
Oh, yeah, it's like the thicker Android charger. Yeah, Type-C.
Yeah, so you can't like put it in upside down, which is nice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unless that's how the controller likes it.
But yeah, so I think those are just really cool, like, features about the DualSense. Because PlayStation really stepped up their game from, like, upgrading their controller. And I think that was a really smart move on their end. It makes it so much more immersive and...
Well, remember back in the day with, like, Xbox and PlayStation 2, I guess? And they had the vibrating controllers.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, it's like I'm actually there.
Yeah, when they added like rumble features and stuff, like the N64, which is also on my list actually.
Woof.
It has it had a cartridge that you could add to the controller to give it the rumble feature.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
cool.
the rumble pack. I remember that.
Yeah.
What a stupid controller though. Let's talk about that.
Okay, well, a lot of people hate on the N64 controller. I never really minded it too much.
Oh, me neither. Because, well, when I was using it, I was a smaller goblin than I am now, and my little hands were able to operate it. But now, with my big old massive manly man hands...
Your big meaty claws!
My big sausages, they can't fit in between the controllers, the handles. So it's just weird.
Yeah, but all you gotta do is like
break
it. I don't know, cause like it has a D-pad. It's weird. It has like a D-pad on one end, and then it has your A and B on the other end.
Right. And
then it had those yellow buttons.
Freaking yellow buttons.
And then it had one joystick, one singular joystick in the middle, or kind of like on the middle like handle, because there were 3 handles on it. And behind that middle handle was the Z button.
The trigger.
Yeah. And so, the reason I said I didn't mind it too much was a lot of people were like saying you have to like switch so much, and I'm like, not really, depending on the game at least. Because, like, those yellow buttons were the camera.
Well, I guess when you're a big, manly man with big, beautiful hands like I am, you could reach your thumb across if you have your hands on the outside handles.
Yeah.
You know, you can reach it across and get that middle joystick.
Yeah. I don't know why you would have to, though. That's the thing I was trying to say. Yeah. Like, the D-pad... the D-pad does the same thing the joystick does.
Yeah.
I mean, like the D-pad is like...
Except lamer. No, I prefer D-pads over joysticks all the time.
Depending on the game. Like, in Smash Bros, I use the... Not the D-pad on Smash Bros, but I've been playing Nicktoons All-Star Brawl.
Except for, like, a 3D platformer, which Nintendo 64 was pretty famous for. You had Zelda and Mario 64,
Oh, yeah, those, were 3D platformers were, getting big. Did I actually ever tell you that the reason Kingdom Hearts exist is because of Mario 64?
No.
Yeah, they wanted to create a game that could compete with Mario 64.
Oh.
And, like, the reason, like, Square Enix was all like, well, we would need characters bigger than Mario. And that's kind of how they ended up working with, Disney on that property.
Ah.
They wanted to compete with Mario, so they got Disney characters. And they just happened to be working in the same building as Disney and their headquarters.
Two crummy companies duking it out. Not Square Enix, but...
Oh, I was about to say Square Enix is pretty damn good. Like,
Disney,
I don't know what
and
you're
Nintendo.
saying.
Obviously, Nintendo and Disney both have amazing, wonderful stuff.
Properties. Yeah.
And the artists who work on them are amazing, but the company side is always pretty stinky.
Yeah, well, it's about money.
It's always about money.
It is. I mean, they aren't the worst companies either.
But
they just get called
N64.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's just with that middle thing, it makes it asymmetrical to hold, which is a little weird.
Well, wait, I'm confused because sorry, my chair is squeaky.
Oh yeah. Put some butter on that.
I know. Asymmetrical would mean that like it doesn't look the same on either side, but it does, right? Like if you
look how you
folded it in half.
If you're using the joystick, like...
Oh, yeah, like you have a section of it hanging out, I guess, if you were using the joystick.
But, like, if you look at this image, like, one hand is higher up on the controller than the other one because he's holding it in the middle. And that just feels kind of awkward. And, of course, you have your hands really tight together. And if you have big old guy titties or girl titties...
Yeah, and I also realized...
that's difficult.
If you're using the joystick, you can't use the L bumper either.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
So it's a little sloppy, but it's fine. It wasn't like a competitive console or nothing.
No, I mean like you played your Mario parties on it.
Yeah.
You played your I played Pokemon Stadium. 007 GoldenEye.
Well, I mean, it was N64 was like really the first like getting into the 3D games, so it was honestly kind of a experimental or tech demo kind of console.
Yeah, it was definitely the console that forged the path for like 3D gaming and platforming.
But then you have the GameCube, which has the best controller, especially for competitive.
Smash Bros.
Yeah. Smash Bros.
I don't know. I wouldn't say the GameCube was my favorite controller.
I got used to it because I played a lot of Smash in college, but
yeah.
I really did. I didn't like it at first. I was like, what is this? It's like looks like some weird toy. I don't know.
It looks unappealing to look at.
It looks dumpy, dude.
Yeah.
And that C-stick is so weird.
Oh, you don't like the C-stick?
Well, I love it now.
Oh, okay. Like I was about to say with Smash Bros. Like, you should love that thing.
No.
But, yeah, the C-stick was like, it just looks ugly. All the buttons are like oddly shaped and like just put on there.
It looks like a plumbus.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a plumbus from Rick and Morty, you're right.
Rick and Morty, wonderful show. Streaming on Hulu right now. Go check it out. I swear to God, guys, if you haven't seen this show already, you are gonna laugh your nuts off.
Yeah.
Funniest show and everything.
He turns himself into a pickle. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
Oh my God, so good.
That's the show. He is just a pickle.
Yeah, it's about a pickle.
But yeah, so you're right though about that GameCube controller though too. It's just like it is functionally very good.
Mm-hmm. I
don't like looking at it.
Yeah.
that thing scares me. It's
silly.
It's a little ugly. Like,
honestly, my favorite controller is the PlayStation. It was always just super comfortable, and it's smaller than most, and just so beautiful. But of course, the Xbox controller is pretty sleek.
So when you say the PlayStation, do you mean like from 1 on, or from like 2 on, or 3 on, or 4 on?
Well,
I mean, they didn't change too much.
Yeah, from 1 on. Yeah, that's what I like about it, is it didn't change too much. Unlike every other game controller.
Because, well, the thing is, with 1, when it first came out, it didn't actually have the joysticks. They ended up releasing a version with joysticks for the 1, but yeah, it didn't actually have the joysticks.
Really?
Yeah. And then the DualShock 2 with the
oh,
the
you're
PS4.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know I'm right.
Yeah, the joysticks are definitely good. It's a very symmetrical one. It's good to look at, and all the buttons are spaced pretty generously, so that's nice to.
But
it's just
the games though, they also didn't need joysticks at first, like the PlayStation games at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you didn't really need joysticks. And then I think more 3D games started coming out, and then they're like, let's get some joysticks in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think that was smart on them. And then they made I think the PS2 was kind of like where those 3D games started becoming more apparent.
Yeah, like you start getting stuff like Battlefront, like.
Oh yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 were on the PS2. And then I was thinking more like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
And Sly Cooper.
Well, Spyro was PS1, right?
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Yeah. Well, I said the Xbox controller was pretty sleek and lovely, but now that I'm looking at it,
are you looking at the original Xbox controller?
Oh, dude, it's awful.
I thought you were talking about the current one when you said that. Yeah, the first Xbox controller looks so weird, but like I'll give it a pass. It was their first attempt, and they needed to stick out from competition.
Oh, but no, dude, no.
No, I know. I get what you're saying.
Like the ABXY buttons are like all like wonky.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the lower, how the right stick is always lower. That's usually pretty comfortable, especially because like you have the buttons right next to the right stick.
See, I don't like that. And maybe it's just because I grew up with PlayStation more than Xbox.
That's definitely.
But I don't like having the controller up there and then the joystick down there.
Well, it makes it easier
like to
swap. It's like the C stick, you know. It makes it easier to swap between the right stick and then the ABXY buttons. Whereas your left hand is just kind of idle on that.
Wait,
and
no.
Maybe you'll go down to the D-pad if you want. But
sorry, I'm pulling out my Xbox controller right now. No, but like the moving joystick is up top, right? The one that would move your character.
Right.
So how's that different from PlayStation though? ABXY and cross, circle, triangle, square.
What?
Well, you were saying like it's easier to move to those buttons, but I'm like, it's in the same layout as PlayStation and
Right. I guess it's the PlayStation, but they swapped the D-pad for the left left.
Yeah, that's
stick.
Basically what it is now.
But I don't know. It was always comfortable that way. I guess you're.
I mean, I could see how it's comfortable. Don't get me wrong.
Thumb motion, is I don't know. It just plays better with how. This is really hard to do in a podcast.
No, I know. I'm holding a controller too, actually.
I'm holding a Switch Pro controller, but it's set up like an Xbox, except for the freaking letter buttons.
Oh, okay.
But it has a higher stick on the left, and honestly, yeah.
I mean, it's not too bad now that I'm actually holding it.
That's just good for the thumb, For the looking around, it gives you such a freer motion. Whereas with the left stick, more often than not, you're just going to be pressing it forward,
Depending.
Which is, that's really comfortable to just.
I think I play more like open world games than you. So
even then. You're not going to be going backwards often. You're going to be
turn to the sides
and then
stuff.
going forward.
Oh no, I've backtracked. Run over a dead body. I'm like, oh, dude, loot, and then you just press back a bit, and
but 90% of the time you're not going backwards like that.
All right, you just challenged me. I'm gonna beat Kingdom Hearts backwards only.
Oh, you could.
I feel like I could.
But I'm noticing it's just really comfortable on the right stick being lower to be just having that full range of motion with your thumb there.
Yeah.
Whereas it's tighter on the left, so it's easier to be pushing forward.
Holding
and just idle in the forward position, really.
Yeah, holding my
and control speed too. If that's what's moving your dude, it's a lot easier to do just a slider push forward on the left stick.
Yeah, and I mean holding these controllers now, I get it. I probably over exaggerated how different it feels.
Mm-hmm.
It still feels different to me, and again, it's because I grew up with PlayStation and it was always right there. They're not bad though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I have noticed with PlayStation, like back in the day when I was playing PlayStation, was like my left thumb is always sliding off of that left stick.
Yeah,
it was definitely a little more difficult, especially for like a racing game or something that uses the joystick instead of the trigger for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because I remember playing Injustice 2 with when it first came out. It was it's like a DC Mortal Kombat game, and my friend had it on Xbox, and I had it on PlayStation. So it was just always harder for me to get my moves done correctly.
Right.
With
because it's all muscle memory.
Yeah. With the Xbox controller, and then and it sucked because this was when games weren't really cross-platform yet.
Oof. So
we couldn't challenge each other on our correct systems. So it was
yeah, that just reminded me of, as a kid, having a friend over to play Xbox or whatever. We'd always fight over the big controller.
Oh, there was always the shitty controller, though, too.
Yeah, there was always a shitty off-brand controller. And then there was the controller that came with the Xbox. But also we had the big controller, which was for the big boys. So we'd fight over that one. That one sucked, dude.
But you fought over it?
Yeah, because we were kids and we were like, oh, well, I want to use the big kid controller, not this little baby controller. Yeah, but that's a monstrosity. I hate that controller. It's so ugly. Oh my gosh. Like, you can't even fit your hands around it.
And then, like, those off-brand controllers, though, too, they had, like, the turbo mode.
Huh?
Like
right.
The little turbo button.
Yeah. Or, like, the coolest ones are always the transparent ones. And you can see all the hardware inside.
Yeah, and they light up. They have, like, little colored lights in them.
Yes.
Most of the time. Yeah.
That's the best.
What were those called? I can't remember what those controllers were called. Like, but yeah, they were definitely unique, and you just got them because they were like $10 or whatever, compared to like the $30 for an official controller. But you also were really getting what you paid for when you bought them.
Yeah, they'd break.
Yeah, and then they always had those, like, that little rattling noise in them too.
Yeah, they always had something loose.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Good times.
What do you feel about Grease?
That's a good movie.
No, greasy controllers.
Oh, Grease Lightning.
For some reason, my brother, whenever he'd use a controller, it'd be the greasiest thing afterwards. It's disgusting, dude.
That's because you gotta eat those Doritos.
Or like when they hand the controller off to you, and you're like, "What the hell, dude?"
See, I get sweaty palms. So I kind of understand that. But there's like controller etiquette too. I clean my controllers on a pretty good basis.
You know what every game setup should have by the TV? Just like a powder bucket, like they do at gyms. You know, just dip your hands in the powder, in the chalk.
Yeah, it's for like gripping. Yeah. No, and then I always would like wipe the controller on my shirt before I passed it. You know, like.
Yeah.
Because like I know I get sweaty hands.
It's sometimes it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dude. My brother.
He just you gotta get the, and it happens too, because
you're not even eating Cheetos, and somehow Cheeto dust is all over the controller.
my biggest problem right now is the DualSense controllers are white. Which
right.
is the worst freaking color for a controller to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have new colors out now, so I'm good. But I only got the white ones, because I bought them. I bought them before the others came out. So I'm just kind of waiting for that purple controller, and then I'll be set. That will be my main go-to controller.
Oh yeah, purple's the way to go.
Yeah, purple was what I had for the PlayStation, like 4 and stuff. It's great. The midnight purple is an awesome color. So yeah, I mean, what we talked about: DualSense, N64, Xbox.
Switch.
Oh,
can we talk about the Joy-Con?
Let's talk about the Joy-Cons.
Let's talk about the Joy-Con.
I've been dying to
talk about the Joy-Con all day.
They come in different colors.
Red and blue, usually.
I got the Zelda version.
There's a watermelon combination. I think they're
a cocoa melon.
They're cool. They're not quite perfected. You know?
Oh, you mean
honestly, they suck.
Nah.
I kind of hate them.
You hate Joy-Cons?
Like, they're too small, for one. For my big, manly, beautiful man hands.
What?
I get
too
that. Small. And even when you clip it into the controller thing, and oh gosh, those joysticks are just way too little. Your thumb is just going to be sliding off them all the time. There's no grip. The buttons, though, do have a nice little click, which I really like.
Yeah. I like the click when you hook it up to the system. It goes... Here, let me actually see if I can make that sound work.
But...
Oh, there we go. That was good.
It is nice.
ASMR for you guys right there.
But, and then it's really cool idea that you can take them out and then you have two controllers and then you can play Mario Kart, with a friend without having to buy
Smash Bros.
A whole new thing. But even then, they didn't make it comfortable at all.
No.
So tiny and ugh. And they have those little things that slide onto them, but I always slide them on the wrong way and it gets jammed. There's, right?
Yeah, but I've never slid mine on the wrong way.
I always do it every time. It's the worst.
It tells you which way they go, though.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that. Come on, I'm a gamer.
Okay. It's just it's very simple and easy. You just gotta open the tag up first and then slide it in the right way.
Okay, whatever.
I'm sorry, you're just dumb.
But sometimes you're just having a good time and you don't think about that.
Well...
And if you don't, I usually don't use it. Honestly, it's just better just to dig my fingers into the trigger buttons. But
yeah.
Yikes.
No, I mean I don't have a pro controller for the Switch like you do, but I have the Power A controller.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an off-brand version. It takes batteries, which I think is the only part I hate about it.
Does it have the motion capability?
No, it doesn't even have motion capabilities. Or it doesn't read amiibos either. But what I use it for is mostly Pokemon, because that's mostly what I play on my Switch.
Oh yeah, no stress there. But if you're playing Mario Kart, you're gonna want a good controller.
Yeah, I mean, this will work fine for Mario Kart. I've played it with this, too. I also use it for Smash every now and then, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's games that, I don't really use it on... I can't actually think of games I don't use it on. I don't play a lot of, really quick, fast game. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this does work for everything. Now that I'm thinking about it, I used it for Smash, and it works fine.
I do want to say though about the Joy-Con, it is cool how you can just disconnect them and just recline like an absolute king, and just have one on top of your nuts and the other one behind your head, and still be able to.
Oh
play.
Yeah. You can use them unless there's motion involved, but yeah.
Yeah, well that's cool too because you have it's like a nunchuck, but it's not connected,
Mhm. Oh yeah, compared to the Wii, they've really perfected that motion control stuff with the.
It definitely is an evolution of the Wiimote.
Oh, yeah, you don't even need a sensor bar for it.
Right.
Which I think is really cool.
Very cool, yeah. It's just built into the console. Why not? Why wouldn't you do that in the first place?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no cord between them too, like the nunchuck had.
Mm-hmm.
Wiimote was cool though. I got pretty comfortable using the Wii.
Actually, hooking up the controllers on the Switch is so easy too. You can either just hook them up to the system itself and pair them, or you just press the button on the side.
Yeah.
And go to the settings. You don't even have to go up to your system. It's
definitely the most casual system.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And if you have friends.
And now that OLED came out yesterday too.
What's that?
The Switch OLED.
No clue.
It's basically it's a new model. It has a 7-inch screen and it uses an OLED screen. OLED.
Right.
But uh, it has a new dock for it, so like it has an Ethernet port on the dock.
Nice.
And then it has I mean, it's not like worth upgrading entirely, but it's still a little neat. And then it comes with like white controllers if you want them, but like I said, white's the worst controller color.
But it's so technology color.
Well, you could get, I mean, you could get the white ones, but like I don't get why people want white.
I don't know. Yeah. It's just clean, I guess.
Yeah.
If you keep it clean.
Yeah, but you have to like kind of give it extra work.
Well, it's like
almost.
people with like white shoes, you know. It's like if they keep those clean, then you're like, damn, this guy's got his life together.
Yeah. Like, how do you keep white shoes clean? Exactly. I'll never understand.
It's a lot of work. It's all a farce. A facade.
A facade. Okay, there you go. I do have this controller to talk about actually, though. And it is a Dance Dance Revolution pad.
Ooh. Good choice.
Yeah.
Remember that game?
Did you ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever have one of those like little home pads?
Yeah, I had it for the Xbox.
Oh, nice. I had mine for the PS2. And that game, or like, you know, Dance Dance Revolution is just one of those like loved by everyone type of party game things. Until Just Dance kind of took over. You know, Just Dance, freaking.
Yeah.
No controller necessary. What's that about?
Well, was that the Kinect that had the dance game that you do like that?
Yeah, Just Dance, and then like PlayStation has like their camera too, though, and then so it's all that stuff as well.
Well, at least the government can watch me and make sure I'm safe.
Yeah, as you're dancing to "Hips Don't Lie" from Shakira. But the Dance Dance Revolution pad, the other reason I wanted to bring it up was I've seen people do amazing things with these pads.
Oh, like breakdance on it and stuff?
No, I've seen people beat Kingdom Hearts on critical mode.
Oh, whoa.
on the Dance Dance Revolution pad. And it's something I've always wanted to try. I watched the streamer, her name is Sarah Key. And she's like this Kingdom Hearts streamer. But she beat, I think it was Sephiroth in either Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 on critical. But also like the whole game as well with the dance pad.
Well, that's a good workout too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I just can't imagine how you do that.
Dance, baby.
You dance.
Dance. You probably got to play it a bit differently than you would with a controller.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to use
think
your legs.
You also have to like program the buttons for what you want to use, and you only get, what is it? You only
but
get
also like if those were like your movement controls, you wouldn't be moving the same way as you would with a controller. So you'd have to alter your tactics.
Yeah, I bet you would just dodge roll everywhere you had to go.
Yeah.
Like that would probably be the easiest. I can't remember how she did it, but like I just kind of watched like highlights of it, and it was really impressive. And just like the Kingdom Hearts bosses aren't easy already, especially when you're on critical mode. And then you also have like Sephiroth, who's a secret boss, who's like one of the harder bosses. It's very impressive.
Well. Yeah, Dance Dance Revolution was originally the arcade game, right? And then they came out with it for the Xbox.
Yeah, well, yeah, they just made a home version of it for people.
Guitar Hero, though, that wasn't an arcade game at first, was it?
I think it became an arcade game after, almost.
Right. That was kind of cool, too.
Yeah, I remember getting Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock for my birthday one year as a kid. And that Guitar Hero is fantastic. The last like boss of it is the devil from from the devil
from hell.
From hell, yeah.
Um,
and you battle him with the devil went down to Georgia.
Of course.
Yeah, like why not? That's the best song.
You could download custom songs to play too, right?
On Guitar Hero?
Right?
Maybe on other versions, but mine was on the PS2.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that's not right. But I think like Guitar Heroes that came out on like the Xbox 360 and PS3, you could. Like they had DLC songs and stuff.
Well, Guitar Hero is pretty cool then.
Guitar Hero is pretty cool. I've also seen people like... There's also people who like beat games using Guitar Hero controllers, which is also impressive.
Definitely.
Yeah, they've beat games that I've struggled on with Guitar Hero controllers.
Or what's that new game? Beat Saber?
Beat Saber. Oh,
that looks
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's VR though, right?
Yes, it is.
You should be able to put that on like your Switch. Use the Joy-Cons.
You would think. Yeah, and they also have the that like headband thing where you like for AR stuff or whatever. They had like a VR Labo thing.
Oh, okay.
I could see it working for that, but I don't know how much I would trust cardboard to hold my Switch up.
Yeah, and your sweaty brow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have Beat Saber for the PlayStation VR, and that game's really fun.
Labo's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh,
hey,
yeah,
have you done Labo? Have you done it?
I haven't. No, have you?
Not even once.
But it looks cool.
It looks cool. It looks like it's little expensive for cardboard, but...
Yeah. I also, like, wouldn't know where to put all that cardboard when I got it. So that's why I haven't even tried it.
I mean, I guess you could just do your own Labo, right? Yeah.
I do got the Luigi cart for that, like, Mario Kart AI, or AR. AR.
Luigi?
Thing. Yeah, I got Luigi. They have Mario and Luigi, and I got the Luigi one.
Wait a minute. Okay, there's a game for the Switch.
I'm sure there is.
That's... well, it's like a Star Fox thing, but you get... You buy, like...
Starlink.
Yes.
Yeah, the Switch one had Star Fox pieces, too.
That one,
like,
that looks cool.
Yeah, I don't think it did well, though.
Well, I mean, it's probably expensive. You gotta buy all the actual toy. But you get a toy with it, you know? Like, come on.
Yeah. It's like Skylanders or Disney Infinity.
But that's so
all
cool.
Those things that died out because they were too expensive to... Oh, and the Lego Dimensions. Which Lego Dimensions is, like, the only one I'm kind of shocked that died out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, people buy Legos like crazy.
Yeah.
Already. Like, you get a Lego with it. So I never understood how, like, Lego Dimensions didn't do well. Cause, like, even the little bit I've played of Lego Dimensions was, like, really fun. And it's like, and then you're buying the Legos that you want.
Right.
You know, like, you have people who don't even play the game buying the Legos. It's like, what, you know.
Yeah, collectors who need to have everything.
Yeah. Or just, like, they're like, oh, they haven't made a Lego of this or whatever. And Dimensions was cool, because you could throw, like, any character in there.
Well,
they had, like, Doctor Who Legos. You can mix them with Adventure Time or, like, Scooby-Doo or whatever. It was cool. It was kind of neat.
But you know what's cool nowadays is 3D printers.
Oh, yep.
So you could like print these like I've seen like they print like cool like a flight stick that hooks up to your controller, and it like
Oh,
hooks
wow.
up to the joystick in such a way.
Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, they're really cool. I had a picture here for you, but I lost it. But yeah, you could print whatever you want for free. Like it's not official merch.
Oh,
So
flight sticks is something I didn't even think about for controllers.
oh yeah, they're big.
Yeah, I know Star Wars Squadrons is
Ooh.
like flight stick compatible too.
VR flight stick time.
I
Mamma
know.
mia.
I haven't even played it in VR yet.
Never.
And it bumps me out that I haven't played Squadrons in VR.
Huh.
Cuz like that was like the big selling point for me to get it was it was VR compatible.
Right. Well, a
And
lot of games are these days.
yeah, but like flying your own X-wing,
Yeah.
that's like
The dream.
little Colton's dream. And I'm living it. Fuck that kid.
Well, like. Well, yeah, like those arcade games, you know. Like that was always a dream. Where they have the cockpit and everything, just to have your own at home.
Yeah. And yeah, gosh, I would love my own like arcade system at like my house, or even my own pinball machine at like the very least.
I was working with a guy who like was investing thousands of dollars in his home racing setup, you know.
Oh yeah.
You get like those chairs with the haptic feedback and like a surround screen, everything.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Gosh, I saw this video, and it looked like it was like one of these mall things, but it was like a flight simulator thing.
Uh-huh.
And the like whole contraption would spin on how you were flying it, you know, like.
Ooh.
But
that's
in
like
the video,
Army technology,
right?
or Air Force.
But in the video, the dude got hit by another plane like on his wing, and it started spinning, and so did he. The machine, and like the lady didn't seem to know what was going on when he was like. But it was so funny. I'll see if I can find it again and send it your way.
That is the trouble. I wouldn't want to like put that much trust in a video game because I've seen how video games can glitch out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, VR is the future, though. Honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, gaming's going to be so much cooler when we figure out how to get VR to work properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because, yeah. I mean, like...
Oh, but dude, like, imagine. I wouldn't even need a desktop. You could just use it for your home office, you know? And just have this Iron Man setup, basically, where you can just, like, play with holograms, like, just for work, you know?
Oh, you mean Iron Man VR on the PlayStation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. That game was so cool. I don't know. I'm getting off track, of course, with VR talk, but...
Well, what's the Iron Man suit if not a controller? What? No.
Well, I mean, you use the motion controls.
Yeah.
There we go. The PlayStation Move controllers, you use them to, like, do everything in that game almost. Mm-hmm. So, like, when you want to fly, you fly whatever direction you want to go. If you want to, like, lower yourself or fly higher or lower, it depends on how you point your hands. You know?
Mm-hmm. That does sound fun. Honestly, just a flight simulator. It does
an Iron Man flight simulator. That's what it was, honestly.
Perfect.
And the story was honestly pretty freaking good. You have to deal with Ghost, who like deals with technology and stuff.
Well, honestly, it'd be cool if you could just plug in your Google Maps to that, like they did with the Microsoft flight simulators.
Oh yeah,
just fly anywhere. And eventually, when we get satellites that take like 3D images of Earth, then you got a 1-to-1 Earth to just fly around on because like nobody's inventing real Iron Man suits. Dumb scientists.
Yeah, come on, scientists. Come on, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Couldn't even make my friend more smarter.
Yeah. What are you doing, Bill Nye? Huh?
Science
Not
guy.
Iron Man suits, clearly. And you call yourself a science guy?
The science guy at that. Not my science guy.
Oh, yeah, they did call him the science guy, didn't they?
I didn't vote for him.
Brent, do you have any more controllers to talk about?
There's not much to say about a keyboard. Everyone's used them.
What? No.
I like to hold them in my hands like a controller when I game. And then my big, manly, beautiful man thumbs can just stretch from the A button to the enter button.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've seen it. It's like a cobra unhinging its jaw with his fingers, though. That's what his fingers look like.
Eat your heart. Eat your heart out, Donald Trump. My hands are bigger than you. I challenge you to a thumb war. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck you.
I do have one more controller to talk about then, if you don't have one. The Wii U Tablet.
Wii U?
The Wii U?
Wii U Tablet. Tell me about the Wii U Tablet.
Well, the Wii U Tablet is a tablet for the Wii U.
Ugh.
Tablet.
That's gross because it's like the Switch portable. You know, you put the screen, the Joy-Con, you put the Joy-Con on the side of the screen and you can take it with you into the bathroom. But this, you don't have an option. It's stuck there.
Yeah, but this kind of paved the way for that.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Well, I mean...
This was like their demo
concept
almost of
art
that.
could pave the way for that. You know, they didn't actually have to make that. But they did.
No, but it did do some interesting things still. You were able to play your games on the tablet if someone was using the TV, which I think was really cool. It got us a Wind Waker remake.
True. Amen.
And it got us a Wind Waker remake, a Twilight Princess remake.
Yeah. It was cool, like having like your inventory down there. It was kind of like playing a big DS.
And it has Breath of the Wild on it.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. You know.
When you said big DS, by the way, you can also get DS games off the store to play them.
Perfect.
So I think you can put you can kind of have it set up different ways, but like one of them is you can have your screen on the monitor and like your bottom screen on the tablet.
Well, yeah, the Wii U, it was a touchscreen though, so that's cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Yeah, it had its own stylus and everything. Motion controls, the amiibos were introduced through there too.
If I remember correctly, there were some games that like utilized it in a way like kind of like a dungeon master screen, you know, like if it was some games that were like 3 people versus 1 guy, and the 1 guy would have the Wii U pad, so he'd have secret information on his pad.
I liked that too. I know there was like this game where like everyone was kind of in like one area, or they had to, it was like hide and seek almost. It was like a mini game on Nintendo Land. And basically everyone had to like hide, and the screens were split up based on like who was playing. And then the person seeking had like an overview of the map. But everyone else was kind of like it was like they were in darkness almost, so they had like a little light around them.
Okay. And
they had to like go through this maze, and your goal was to like find them before, or not get caught, you know. And then
okay, because I was wondering how they were gonna do that with like screen hopping, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes
it's just impossible not to screen hop. I'm sorry, I'm that guy. But
yeah, they dealt with it well, like...
you know what it reminds me of? Fallout
What?
4?
Whoa.
How you could get the Pip-Boy app on your phone and
yeah.
connect it to your computer, and you could get your inventory on your phone and never have to pause the game.
Yeah, and it was compatible with their Pip-Boy.
The Pip-Boy that slides in. Yeah. And then everybody was making like their own like cardboard Labo Pip-Boys to put their phone in and everything. I just like taped it to my arm. The only problem is your phone runs out of battery. Mm-hmm. And well, I don't know, like you have to like look away from your game to go through it. So I like doing it in game because it pauses it, so I don't have to worry about getting murked by a Mirelurk while I'm trying to find a rotten potato. Best item in the game.
No, I thought it was cool, and I do like it when games like interact with different things like that too.
Mm-hmm. Super cool idea though.
Yeah, I think it is. And I really wish the Switch would do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have another Switch, like you can use one as a tablet or something.
Yeah, that is
like,
the thing, because that's the whole console on the screen. Yeah.
But like you should be able to connect it to like your friend's Switch if they're over or something, and then you could have 2 full screens instead of split screen for whatever.
Yeah, but
it just
to keep my respect, they'd have to make it completely optional as far as the gameplay. Because like, what if I want to play the game, but I don't want to buy another freaking Switch?
Exactly. I'm not saying that. I was just saying like, it should just be some like extra features that are like
honestly
convenient.
You could
for people who have
They could have it so like it you can handheld it, but you could have a big long cord that plugs in,
Okay.
So you could have both out at the same time.
Yeah, so like...
Because otherwise you'd have to plug the screen console into the...
Well, I just don't see how it couldn't connect over Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Or they could even sell just a controller housing. Just slide your Joy-Cons in and it'd just be a screen, so it wouldn't be as expensive as a whole Switch. But it would be expensive, and I wouldn't buy it, but it's still cool.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's gonna be like, if they did it your way, it's gonna be like $150. I'm just saying, if it wasn't like necessary, and it was just like a little addition to whatever, I think it'd be kind of cool.
Well, I think it's time for an ad read.
Oh, an ad read.
This episode of the Weekly Rundown is brought to you by Jim Pickens Canned Horse Meat, available at a supermarket near you. Jim Pickens Canned Horse Meat is freshly grown from fresh horse farms in the freshest state of the United States of America, Arizona.
Arizona.
I gotta tell you, though, they sent us some free canned horse meat, and I've been sipping on that stuff all day.
Oh, gosh.
Jim Pickens Canned Horse Meat. Buy some.
It's it's the number 1 Pickens in Arizona.
Freshly picked horse meat.
Jim Pickens, that's Kevin, right? Call me Kevin?
Sure.
Oh, okay. I was all like, I think so. I thought that was his sim or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it. We're gonna call it an episode.
Yeah.
What do you say, Brennan? You want to call things episodes?
Yeah, we're at an hour 5.
Oh, it's almost a movie.
Yeah, it's almost a movie. You could have watched if you've listened to this to the end. Thank you.
Thank you.
You could have watched a movie and have been actually stimulated, but you chose to listen to this shit.
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Really good episode, really fun. Brennan is a little boy.
Hi. Go get some
Right,
horse meat.